Nothing is ever random in the market. The Forex market is fueled by liquidity, and that liquidity is your stop losses. Welcome back, guys. Let us go through some charts today. So going forth from now on, I'm going to be using this channel as my trading journal. So I'll be coming here just, to go through my trades. And by doing that, I hope you guys can learn something from this. All right. So for this week, very interesting week as we opened, with a couple of gaps in the market. I saw some, people who trade gold. I didn't really get an opportunity this week on this, but I've been watching it. But I saw you guys made a lot of money. All right, so this week I was looking at Euro CAD. Right, I was looking at Euro CAD. This is actually one of the pairs that I shared in our Telegram channel. If you're not part of that, do find the link in the description below. But this is what I had. As you can see, the idea was very simple here. And I'm going to go through the reasons why I took this trade on the chart so you guys can understand. But this was the first pair that I was interested in trading. Right, that was the first pair. Right, so looking at Euro CAD, right, when I looked at this from the high time frame, I'm not going to go too far, just looking at it from the daily, even the daily. Let me just start by the H4, from the H4 rather. So looking at from the H4, overall structure was very clear to see. What I identified is we had the market giving us a higher high right there, and the zone which was responsible for giving us that higher high was this area here, right? This demand area right there. As you can see, when price left that area, price then gave us the that new high and started creating liquidity, areas of liquidity. This is what I meant by areas of liquidity. As you can see, the dealer will create these and your stop losses will be used to move the market. So that's how the market moves. And we want to take advantage of these moves by understanding the market maker cycle, or the market maker model, as some may call it. All right, so when I looked at this from the H4 time frame, what I could see was from that higher high that we were given, right at this point, we had one level of push to the downside, another push to the downside, and another push to the downside. And this last push was actually a push in a demand area. Right? So if we zoom in, this is what we can see. Right? You can see a drop, rally, drop, base, rally. Right? Very simple structure. We've got a drop, we've got a base area, and we had a rally which gave us the higher high. So as you can see, as market was ebbing and flowing to the outside, taking your sell side and buy side liquidities as it pushes down, I finally reached that area, which was my point of interest. So when I moved over to the shorter time frames, as you can see, the markup that I actually sent in the free Telegram channel was in the M5, and this was also a markup which I also sent in our VIP channel, but I will go through that later on. Right, so if we go to the M5, or let me rather play with the M15, because a lot has happened now. So there we go. This is what we have. This is the area where we were actually looking at, where we had price getting into the points of interest, giving us a change of structure, and all we did was follow the order flow. As you can see, we had relatively equal lows right at this point, and we grabbed that area. That is exactly where I had my entry. As you can see, I was now following this. This is the trades which I actually sent. I took my entry right at that area where we had these relatively equal lows get taken. And for some people, they can look at this as a W formation, first leg, second leg, and then the dealer just grabbed into this. This is where some BTMM traders find it very hard to catch these M's and W's, right? But just by looking at this and understanding that we do have such called liquidity grabs and stuff in the market, as you can see, this is where I was interested now. When we had this clear sign of the stop losses being hit, I wanted to see this push up, and I was targeting this high. Because remember, as the market pushed up, changing structure, this was the high. So I'll target those areas right there. Also depending on the time frame. Okay. So as you can see, yes, that's what happened. Price actually managed to push up to that area from around about this area to those highs. That's about 60 pips. But I actually held this trade and closed as I was now targeting, these highs, and I'll explain why. Right. So just by looking at this from the BTMM point of view, this is what we can identify. Oh, this is another trade, USD CHF, but we'll talk about that. So in the H1, this is what we have. I clearly could see that we had the peak formation set, and I caught that peak formation, which kind of made sense because I can identify level 1, level 2, and level 3. So, for some people, they would not have thought would get a reversal right there, but just based on order flow and the right skill, you're able to catch these. So in the M15, that's what we had. We had the dealer work that low, right? And we got in right here, right? Dealer went up, gave us a nice trap below the 50 EMA, and gave us a clean day of rise, giving us level 1, right? So when I got to my terminal today, this is what I analyzed. Right, I actually analyzed that. Okay, fine. We had the peak formation get set, 1 day of rise. We wanted to see a stop and low rise, right? So that is exactly what I looked at, as you can see. So this was yesterday, as I was still in the trade, right? When I actually got up this morning, this is what I had in mind now. And I also shared this in our VIP channel, as you can see right here. So we did take this trade all the way from down here, and we were still holding the trade. So as you can see from this area, this is where I actually sent this signal to take us up to these highs. You see, so this red, I was actually targeting these highs, right? And this was the entry, as you can see. So I had been holding from yesterday, right? I held this from yesterday, gave me a nice day of rise, long sustained run. We had a pullback, and I was anticipating another long sustained run. So as you can see, this is what we had from this area. We had a nice push to the upside from the zone to our red line, giving us another 80 pips. Then I closed the entire trade, and as you can see, we had the dealer trap, that buy side liquidity, all right, and dropped. So stop losses were hit right there. For those people who use pending orders, buy stops, and all that, they were killed right here. This is where they were destroyed, because when retail traders see such moves, they are convinced the market will continue moving up, and they start, using these breakout strategies. So yes, guys, that was it on Euro CAD. Not really bad. I'll see what this shows me tomorrow, and there's still time. I mean, today is Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday is still there. We'll definitely look for opportunities, but I'm done with that pay. And I also looked at, this was AED USD. I took profits on that one. Not really, but yeah, just not a bad intraday trade, which I also sent in our VIP channel. So guys, yes, I also looked at USD CHF, and he had a very good, interesting. So this is actually where I send my updates, guys, in this VIP channel. If you're not part of it, it's free to be part of it anyways. Do check out the link in the description below. So this was the markup on USD CHF. Very simple to see. With price pushing up, breaking structure, giving us a higher high, and we also had a gap right about that area. So I wanted price to get into that gap and take us up to the upside, right? So as you can see on USD CHF, this is what we actually had. Remember that markup was from the 2-hour time frame. So yeah, we had something like this. So just to make it easy and simple for us, this is what we had, right? So obviously, main targets that I'll start targeting is these equal highs here, right? I want to see that liquidity get taken there, and the market will then decide what it wants to do, and we can follow that. So looking at that from the BTMM view, this is what we have, right? So as you can see, if we go to the H4 time frame, what we can identify is we had a level of rise, right? Breaking structure. So we had a level of rise, breaking structure into a consolidation. This consolidation took like a couple of weeks, 2 weeks to actually play out. So we had the peak last week, and we had a 1350 crossover confirming the lock of that peak. And as you can see, this move where I actually saw that trade was a move on the 250 EMA in the H4. If we go to the H1, that's a move away from the 200 EMA. So I actually took the trade, guys. Bit of a late entry, but obviously I went to the shorter time frames to actually get, a tighter entry. So I went to the M1. I don't advise you guys do this, but I've been doing this for a while, so the M1 won't really confuse me that much if I know what I'm looking for. So yeah, this is what we actually had, and the reason why I took the trade, an order block right there. Right, price broke structure, trapped on that 800 EMA, gave us a move down, also taking that liquidity and grabbing that liquidity, giving us a pin on the 200 EMA. That is where my entry was, and as you can see, this is heading to my points of interest to actually take profit, or I might actually hold this trade, but I will just follow and see what structure shows. So yeah, we're looking at 113 pips for this to push up. So far, this is running 66 pips. So not too bad for a day. Not too bad for a day, actually. Not too bad at all. All right, guys. So that's it for today. I will actually analyze the markets and see the opportunities that we have for Thursday, and I will definitely send that to our VIP channel. As I promised, guys, at the beginning of the week, I did promise that I would send 1 or 2 free signals for you guys in the free there we go. I did say I wish everyone a profitable week ahead. I will share 1 or 2 free signals with you guys on this Telegram channel, which is what I actually did. Right, I gave you Euro CAD, I gave you AED USD, and I also gave you, USD CHF if you were watching. Right, if you are watching this. All right, guys, I hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.